I realized that I can only video for 15 minutes at a time and that this last problem cut off. So I'm going to start here with number 6, where I'm replacing A with 2c minus 5 and B with 3c minus 5 plus the c that was already in the equation equals 62. I'm going to combine my like terms, 2c plus 3c plus c. That's 6c minus 10 equals 62. I'm going to add 10. I get 6c equals 72. I divide by 6 and c equals 12. I'm going to take c equals 12 and I'm going to plug it in to get my a value. So I have a equals 2 times 12 minus 5, or 24 minus 5, which is 19. So a equals 19. And then I will plug in c equals 12 to b to get my b and get 3 times 12 minus 5, or 36 minus 5 equals 31. So b equals 31. We can also write this not as an ordered pair, but an ordered triple. So A comes first, B comes second, and C comes last. Okay. I want you to try 2 problems, and I will give you the solutions to these problems. You're going to try number 7. The first equation is 3n plus 5m equals 7. And the second one is m minus 4n equals 6. The solution is 2, -1. I'll rewrite this just in case it didn't come through. And then in number 8, the equation is 3b minus 2a equals 4. And b divided by 2 minus 2a divided by 3 equals 1. This solution is -1 2/3. So A is -1, B is 2/3. If you struggle with either of those, please feel free to reach out to me by messaging me. Okay, so let's see. We're going to move down a little bit, and we're going to start looking at solving 2 equations and 2 variables. Let me widen my thing here, if I can. Let's see what it'll do. Or let me just move over. Okay, there we go. Solve using 2 equations and 2 variables. So this is the back side of your guided notes. The sum of 2 numbers is 5. The larger number exceeds twice the smaller number by 14. Find the numbers. So instead of solving in terms of 1 variable, it's really nice because you get to choose. I'm going to say let x equal the larger number. And then I'm going to say let y equal the smaller number. So sum means add. My 2 numbers are x, and I also have y, and it's going to equal 5. So my first linear equation is x plus y equals 5. The larger number exceeds twice the smaller number by 14. Find the numbers. So the larger number exceeds, or is, twice the smaller number plus 14. So I have x equals 2y plus 14. Since this second equation is already solved in terms of x, I'm going to take what x equals and I'm going to put it in. I'm going to substitute it. So I get 2y plus 14 plus y equals 5. I'm going to combine like terms and get 3y plus 14 equals 5. I'm going to subtract 14, and I'm going to get 3y equals negative 9. If you heard that snoring a few minutes ago, that was my dog Piper. I'm going to divide by 3 and get y equals negative 3. So I take that now and I plug it in. Where do I plug that into? The first equation. So I'm going to take my y equals 3 and I'm going to bring it back over here, or I'm sorry, y equals negative 3, and I'm going to plug it into there. So I get x minus 3 equals 5. I'm going to add 3 and get x equals 8. So the larger number is 8. I'm going to make the number symbol. The smaller number is negative 3. And if we add those together, we do get 5. So that is true. Okay, let's try the next one. Tickets for a senior play cost $4 for adults and $2 for students. This year there were 600 tickets sold and the class made $1,900. How many of each type ticket was sold? Again, you can choose whatever variable you want. I'm going to let x equal the, senior price. Not senior price. It's a senior play, adult price. And I'm going to let y equal the student price. Now I'm going to set up my equation. There were a total of 600 tickets, so the adult tickets plus the student tickets equals 600. Then it says $4 for adult tickets, so that's going to be 4x plus $2 for student tickets, or 2y, equals a total of $1,900. I'm going to have to solve my top equation in terms of either x or y. So in my case, I'm going to take x plus y equals 600, and I'm going to subtract y from both sides. X equals 600 minus y. I'm going to take what that equals for x, and I'm going to put it in right there. So I'm going to get 4 times 600 minus y plus 2y equals 1,900. Distribute your 4 and get 2,400 minus 4y plus 2y equals 1,900. Combine your like terms. 2,400 minus 2y equals 1,900. We're going to subtract 2,400 and get negative 2y equals negative 500, and half of that becomes y equals 250. That's going to be our student tickets. So we're going to take that and we're going to go and plug it back in over here. So x equals 600 minus 250, or x equals 350. So there were 350 adult tickets, 250 student tickets. Okay, hopefully so far so good. Let's go to the third one. Kathleen invested $5,000, some at 6%, the rest at 5%. Her annual income from the investment is $280. How much is invested at 5%? Okay, so we're going to let x equal the 6% investment. Let me fix that. And y equal the 5% investment. So we know here that her 6% plus her 5% will give us the total amount of her $5,000. And she had 5% or 6%, so that's 0.06x, plus her 5%, 0.05y, she earned $280. We're going to solve the first equation in terms of x. So I'm going to get x plus y equals 5,000. I'm going to subtract y and get x equals 5,000 minus y. I'm going to take what that is, and I'm going to plug it in to wherever there is an x. So I'm going to move this over 600ths times 5,000 minus y plus 500ths y equals 280. Again, we can get rid of that decimal by multiplying 3 by 100, or getting 6 times the difference of 5,000 minus y plus 5y equals 28,000. Distribute your 6. 30,000 minus 6y plus 5y equals 28,000. Combine your like terms and get 30,000 minus y equals 28,000. Subtract your 30,000. There never seems to be quite enough room when I do this. Negative y equals negative 2,000, which means y will equal $2,000. So we know that she had $2,000 in 5% investments, and that's what the question asks. So Kathleen, not highlighter. Kathleen invested $2,000 at 5% interest. Awesome. Okay, it looks like we have one more to do here. I've got some extra stuff that I had written there. I'm just going to erase it so it doesn't confuse you all. Let's see if we can get this done. We've got about a minute or two to do it. A radio station broadcasts programs and commercials 20 hours every day. The ratio of time spent on commercials to the programming time is 1 to 4. How much time each day does the radio station spend broadcasting commercials? I'm just going to let P equal programs and C equal commercials. Let me spell that right. C-O-M-M-E-R-C. There we go. That looks better. All right. So we have programs plus commercials equals 20 hours. Okay. And we know that commercials to programs has a ratio of 1 to 4. If I go ahead and cross if I cross multiply, I get 4 times P equals, I'm sorry, not 4 times P, 4 times C equals 1P, which really means 4C equals P. I'm going to take and I'm going to substitute that in. 4C, 4P, not for C. So I get 4C plus C equals 20, or 5C equals 20, or C equals 4. So there are 4 hours of commercials. And that is going to do it because